and welcome to my channel. I decided to start a channel about something that's very special to me and that I really don't think is talked a lot about, which is celiac disease and gluten intolerance and all that fun stuff. So I personally have celiac disease, and I know when I was going through it, I felt so alone. I, one, never heard of it, and two, didn't know anybody else with it. And when I looked it up, it was a lot of definitions, a lot of big words, and a lot of things I did not understand. So to start off this video, I decided to start about what is gluten. So gluten is a protein that's found in wheat, rye, and barley. That can be noodles, bread, Oreos, goldfish, crackers, cookies, pizza, anything that really contains wheat. So the next thing is gluten intolerance. Gluten intolerance is like any other intolerance. You have a sensitivity to it, so I totally suggest just weaning out gluten altogether. So if you have gluten intolerance, you have that sensitivity to it, but once you have celiac disease, which is something I have, it is completely out of the question. It creates inflammation within your small intestines. So unlike a peanut allergy or an allergy where you start to inflame and you have an EpiPen, it does stuff with your insides. So common symptoms of it can be a stomach ache, it can be running to the toilet, it can be cramps that you feel inside, you could get very bloated from it. When you have celiac disease, it's really good just to cut it all out because obviously it's hurting your intestines. So those are just the very main and basic things on what gluten intolerance, and celiac disease is. Because when I first found out, and I'll link all the description of what Google says down below, but it was kind of confusing. You know, it said a bunch of words that didn't mean anything to me at the time. So really basic, and really what I tell people on what it is so that everybody else can understand in simpler terms. Going from that, very common questions that I've gotten that I know that other people get, or if you're a friend who's wondering, if you're a family member, if you have it yourself and kind of just wondering, how do you get it? So it is very common with genetics. It can also be triggered and activated for the first time if you just had a pregnancy, a surgery, if you had a severe emotional stress outbreak. It can also occur after that as well. So another very common question I get is, how do you get tested? So when I did it, I had to go through multiple tests because they didn't know what exactly it was. Doing some digging, we kind of thought that it could be celiac disease. So first thing they do is they take your blood. They run it through a couple tests, look at your antibodies, and just kind of see if it comes back positive or negative. Positive, obviously, it says that you could have it, but because you can have a false positive with it, they also make you go in and have a camera go down your esophagus into your small intestines. So there are follicles that line your small intestines, and I will insert a picture of what it normally should look like and what people with celiac disease can look like. That's kind of really how they determine for sure if you have it. Obviously, if you saw those follicles and they're looking nice and healthy, it might not be celiac disease and it could possibly be something else. So that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you for watching. I just hope that this helps on really, again, the very minimal and basic definitions of gluten, celiac disease, gluten intolerance, and just a couple common questions that I usually get after I say I can't have gluten. I'll see you later.